Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to Flying Solo, the dating reality podcast. I'm your captain, Captain Aaron, and these are my co-hosts, all former contestants on ABC's The Bachelor.
Hello, I'm Lindsay, and I was on Ben Flajnik's season of The Bachelor, and he gave me the boot because he did not like my saucy English naughty personality.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I was on Jason Mesnick's season of The Bachelor, the very first single dad ABC ever had, and I got the boot pretty early on because I did not play well with the producers, so I was a producer's boot night one.
And I'm Jesse, winner of Bachelorette Season 4 and retired pro snowboarder. And guess what? I didn't get the boot. I freaking won. It's so good to be back in the cockpit. Let's get this shit started.
So a quick intro for all you new listeners out there. Flying Solo is a dating reality podcast where we get to know local singles and match them up all live on the podcast. Each episode, we feature a single, blindfold them, bring in 3 matches, all get comfy and cozy, get to know each other. Then we have the wing ceremony where the featured single will decide which co-pilot they want to give their wings to and take out on a date. And remember, the lead single is blindfolded, so they will have to pick their co-pilot based solely on their personality. So let's get straight to it and meet this week's single, the handsome Hassan, who has perfected the art of taking care of his woman's heart, literally, because he's a cardiologist who owns his own practice. Welcome, Hassan.
Thank you, guys.
Woohoo!
So Hassan and I were chatting before we went live here, and Hassan, you said something that I found very interesting about this whole process. So tell our viewers.
Well, there's like a sensory difference right now. The females can see everything, feel everything, and the guy is blindfolded, deaf, and basically being directed what to do. And that's pretty much encapsulates my dating experience right there. So I'm not nervous anymore. This is just normal. We're at the bar or
Nailed
wherever.
it. Nailed it.
That's amazing.
Awesome. So tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I was born in Lebanon. I came here as a child about 40 years ago, and grew up in Michigan, sort of an industrial area. And
Where in Michigan?
Detroit.
Ask him if he's a Michigan fan, Jesse.
Are you a Wolverines fan?
I'm actually not into football. I just want to put that out there right away.
Good. We can be friends then. I'm an Ohio State guy.
Yeah. So education there, and then I went to medical school in Missouri. Got to know like rural America really well, and I loved it.
Can you tell us again how they said your name in Missouri, like you told us before?
This anatomy class, we're like nervous dissecting my first cadaver or something, and then the guy that kind of cleans up like has to give you a roll call or something. And I've heard my name different permutations throughout my life. Even other Arabs don't know how to pronounce it right, but so I've had. Yeah, it's not even that hard, I thought, but I mean, there is an ass in there, so that that does throw people off. But this guy just is like, Hassan. I'm like, what? I'm like, is he talking to me? Because it's like, I've never heard it said that way. I'm like, whoa, that's really aggressive to call me Hassan.
Where was this college again?
It was in Missouri.
Oh, dude, he had to be a redneck.
Yeah.
That's just redneck terminology. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm going to the mall. You want to? You know, Hassan. Going to the mall. You want to?
Hassan.
Yeah, that's just a redneck thing, bro.
So did I totally butcher the pronunciation when I said your name?
No, it was really, really good.
Hassan.
So how did you end up in Arizona?
So my first time in Arizona was, I think I was in my residency, and it was like the cold of winter, and I picked a place to do a conference here.
So 65 and sunny?
Yeah. So we came here like in November, like with my fellow residents, and I'm looking around, I'm like, whoa. And it was in Scottsdale, and I'm like, what is this place? Because I'm leaving like Detroit, cloudy, freezing, and sleet. You guys don't even know what that is.
It's disgusting.
It's like a different form of ice. And I'm like, I love this place. So, and then one of the doctors took us out that night to Old Town. So this is like in my early 20s. I'm like, what the hell is this place? Like there were so many, like it was.
You were living the dream, bro.
It was stimulus overload.
Did you ride an electric bull that night somewhere in Old Town Scottsdale?
I did a lot of things I don't remember.
Yeah, see?
That's what we shoot for here in Scottsdale.
And then we didn't go to the conference, obviously, the next day. We're all hungover at the pool and caught the meanest tan. I went back to Michigan. And so that made a impact on me. And then later when I was like interviewing for jobs, I was looking in LA and Florida and just different places to be near the ocean. This place came up to take a job here. So I took my young bride and son at the time, and we came here for an interview and totally loved it. And we ended up taking the job, and we stayed at the Optima right over there.
That's that building that's covered in plants that you drive by. And
it actually was very bright back then. It was
Less
like
plants.
orange and red, all the vibrant
they should fire
colors.
the gardener over there, by the way. He's terrible. Horrendous.
It's a lot of work over there.
No doubt. Okay, so I gotta ask you. You said with your bride and child. So do tell. So been married, obviously, in the past. Have kids. How many kids do you have?
I have one boy. He's 15. He's in high school.
Do you want him to be a doctor when he grows up?
No.
No, why not?
Not adamantly no. I mean, I don't particularly want him to be one thing or another. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is just find your passion.
Yes.
And try to funnel that to the betterment of mankind. And very altruistic, but whatever that is for him, I just want him to, maybe get some discipline around the way and find his passion, and just whatever it is, I really don't care. But if he ends up being in medicine, great. Then we have more things in common. We do a lot of things together.
Well said.
Well said, yes. So his mother, do you guys still have a good relationship?
Yes,
good.
we're really good. That's never been an issue. Our relationship, towards him, has been great. So we've always been good co-parents, if you will. But we just disagreed on certain things while we were married, and just kind of incompatible. We kind of rushed in, I don't know if this is the place to talk about this.
What's the crazy? Okay, I'm changing subjects here. Okay, so you're a cardiologist. We don't have to assume that you make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. So what's the craziest thing? What's the craziest thing you bought when you got your first large paycheck? Like, did you do anything crazy? Like go buy a Bentley?
No, because I kind of spoiled myself. Someone told me this adage a long time ago. If you live like a doctor when you're a resident, you're going to live like a resident when you're a doctor. And I kind of did some of that. So I had a nice car. I went from like a Honda Civic to a BMW in residency, and that was it.
Jesse
I
had a
never
pretty
really
sweet first
splurged
car.
that much. Yeah.
What was your first car?
I did.
No, you didn't. You had a horrible first car, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Terrible. I was Cleveland, Ohio. Terrible.
So do you get hit on all the time by patients?
My demographic is the elderly, semi-demented female.
So yes.
No,
Ask my wife about old women, man.
Really older. But I love those ladies because they tell you the truth. They're like amygdala doesn't function totally perfect because they just tell you. They
so
just tell you how
many
they feel.
listeners are Googling right now.
What is an amygdala?
It may be a different part of the brain. That's not my specialty. But they love to see me. I love to see them. And that seems to be my demographic. Do like the younger patients hit on me or whatever? I can tell you one thing. I've never dated a patient. The closest I ever got was a few years ago. I treated this young lady's veins because I do some vein treatments too. And then she used to always bring her little girl with her to the office, and I just kind of loved that whole thing, her whole vibe, her daughter, and everything was like so cute. And then when I finished her vein treatments, I asked my medical assistant I could have got her number from the chart, but that would be like a HIPAA violation. So I asked my medical assistant to ask her if she would give me her number, and then we did end up going out one time, and it was
Because she had
good.
really nice veins.
Well, no, because her legs were treated to my specifications.
Boom.
Just kidding. Because our
hilarious.
treatment had concluded. At least that's how I rationalize it. And it's no longer like a conflict of interest.
Yeah, you don't have to convince us. We believe you.
I'm just saying,
And I'm going to need to see your veins later.
So tell us what you're looking for. You seem like a great catch. What type of woman are you looking for?
This is a test, brother.
One of the things, obviously I've thought about this, is to be a health oriented person. Like my drinking days, for example, are behind me. Like now, if I drink something, it'll be just for the joy of it.
Chai latte.
It's not going to be for like a high or things like that. And then just basic companionship. Like there's a lot of things I want to do that are just more fulfilling with someone else. And honestly, it's just someone to like share your victories with, someone to be proud of you, so you can also be proud of them.
A teammate. Yeah. You need a teammate, bro.
Partner.
Exactly. Like my relationship with my son is like is coming to like a different phase where like we're buddies. I'm his counselor, so I don't need to like be on him as much. So I have more time for my social life.
Yeah, he's a big boy now.
Yeah, and then having my own practice now will free up time for my social life. So, like in summary, it will be just a companion that have great sex with.
I like that was slipped in there. Yeah, slipped it
Nailed it.
Otherwise, forget about it. You know, it's not important.
Forget
and then
about it.
try new foods. You know.
So what are your hobbies? I know you like to travel. You like to scuba dive. Tell us about your hobbies.
I do like to travel. Usually it's to a tropical destination. I love the beach. I love all things in the water sports, things like that.
I do feel like we just skipped over a really important part here. You said good sex, and then we skipped right over it. Have you ever had somebody you were dating and then it got to that point and it wasn't good and then you ended things?
Yes.
Like, is it that important to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Pound Town is very important, man.
obviously, like I've been educated by partners, so I don't know everything, and I want to be educated in that
It's
arena.
like 50 Shades of
yeah.
Grey. Remember the older gal like educated him on the ways of life?
or younger. I mean, doesn't matter. But it has to be someone that has that as a priority, not like as a default function of the body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as long as you're going to be in the dating world, you're doing it primarily for this purpose. You know, the other stuff is important too. Obviously, companionship, longevity together, harmonious goals, all that stuff is really important. But if you ignore the carnal nature of it, one of the last relationships I was in, it was a great relationship, but ultimately I wasn't ready to settle down again. It was
Timing is everything in relationships.
But that partner like almost forced us to have sex every day. Like,
Wait. Why did you leave? Wait, I'm super concerned right now. I'm just kidding.
No, like I've never had like that intense relationship or that,
No, I understand what you mean.
It's almost like a discipline thing. You know, it's almost like going to the gym every day, like because it kind of nurtures the relationship on a daily basis and it kind of keeps that bond strong. Obviously, that alone will wither away. You have to have more than that. But I'm just saying, you want to talk about sex and raunchy things or whatever. Like, I think that it is integral to a good relationship.
I get it.
You know?
This is why I carry this gun, man. I have to keep Ann away from me during the day. She's got to learn to control herself in public.
That's right. That's right.
Great. So shall we meet your co-pilots?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's bring up Captain Daisy May, the sweet, spicy señorita from Scottsdale. Woohoo!
Hi, Daisy.
I love the outfit.
I love that Captain Aaron's not here, but
All right.
we have a co-captain today.
I am your captain now.
Is there a story behind the hat that you're wearing?
She's wearing an
I think
outfit.
I was told to get closer.
There we go.
I love themes. Everything I kind of do is a theme. I think I was born into a theme with my name.
Well, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Is that your real name, Daisy May?
Yes. Well, my real name is Daisy. I don't go by my real middle name because of being born and raised in Scottsdale. My birthday is in May. So I just kind of adopted the May. I think especially being the fact that like my family's from Kentucky. So it's been like a little bit like, how do I say this? Like my family was one of the first, I grew up here, like I'm born and raised in Scottsdale. So, you know, there was not many high schools out here and there was nothing past Shea. And my family kind of came out from like Kentucky. So
Where in Kentucky are you guys from?
hold on, a little anxiety. Got to take a deep breath.
Oh, you're good.
You're fine. I have some Mexican Xanax in my purse. If you
Yeah, take it
Okay,
easy.
I
Take it
actually
easy.
teach meditation classes,
Good
but
God.
my main one is the whole like,
Yeah.
Does that really help? Do you
Wolf
feel
of
like
Wall
it
it
Street.
really does.
Wolf
It
of
really
Wall
does.
Street. Have
You'll
you-
open up the heart chakra
Have you
right
seen
here.
this? Wolf of Wall Street? Have you seen this?
Does our cardiologist agree with that as a pounding on your heart as a way to calm down the
I don't know why she's
arrhythmias?
nervous.
I am. Yeah,
should
he's definitely got my heart going.
We should,
But yeah, to get back on the story, my family was like Kentucky hillbillies meets like Scottsdale, like is like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, we call
That's
Kentucky
funny.
Pennsyltucky, where I'm from.
Well, it's like the Beverly Hillbillies meets Scottsdale, you know, kind of like that whole down, and then my name being Daisy, like Dukes of Hazzard, everything.
Roll
and
with
then
it.
you give me a couple drinks, like those couple spicy margaritas. Well, technically, Daisy means margarita in Spanish.
Okay, we need some alcohol in here.
Yes, so I like to travel, so I learned that one.
You used to be a flight attendant, right?
Yes, I just took a break from being a flight attendant at the moment to go back to school.
What are you studying?
I am studying right now to be a yoga therapist, and I will be putting together yoga therapy programs and incorporating some golf with that.
I'm going to be honest. I've been to one of
Yoga
those.
and golf. I love
Yeah,
that.
like retreats, so that way I can get paid to do yoga, keep people from seeing the cardiologist, and travel.
She's gonna dampen your business
travel.
Hassan,
Go
have you ever
golfing
done
and get
yoga?
paid for it.
I love yoga.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I've done retreats, and it's really important for your heart chakra.
I have
important for your
a
chakra.
I have a quick yoga story that has scarred me for life, and I haven't been back since. So I did a hot yoga class one time in Colorado, Breckenridge, right? And it's like 105 degrees in this room or whatever. You feel like you're in a sauna. And so everyone's obviously sweating profusely. And every time I looked in a direction, I knew what none of the commands were. There's like some, butch lady up front yelling all these different commands and stuff. And every time I looked, I either saw a vagina or a set of tits in my face. And I got really stressed out in there.
What stressed out? I know. I thought you'd like that.
No, well, I mean, it was fine, but like when you're doing some weirdo, leg in the air pose and some chick sees you staring at her tatas, it doesn't typically go too
You're
well.
not supposed to stare at them.
Well,
I mean, what do you want? What do you expect from me,
That's
Ann?
kind of why I've been trying to, and I was actually telling Lindsay when I was walking up here, I'm starting my own golf yoga clothing line. So that way you can find things that are comfortable. But I feel like Kim Kardashian kind of beat me to it with the whole Skims. Like, what is
Have
up
you seen
with
the
this?
new
This is
nipple bras?
amazing.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
what is that? She's changing like climate changer over here. Is that what I hear?
Yes. The new nipple bras are the funniest thing though on Instagram. People, have you not seen
No,
these? Oh
I
my
haven't.
gosh. She made a bra that has built-in
Yes.
stick out nipples.
Really?
And there's like the funniest
She
reels
put
about
smiley
people
faces
wearing
on them.
Like, well, okay. Anyways, it's amazing.
Think if you're at yoga and you had to get a view and it was a little smiley face down there.
Okay, so you said your family's from Kentucky. Who is your craziest family member?
Oh my goodness. She just went on Family Feud, so she actually has to understand this. My family is like so loving, like just super southern love. And I think like the craziest one would probably be me.
Woohoo!
I am the one that likes to swing from the chandeliers.
Whoa!
Love
Yeah,
that.
and I'm going to tell everybody where and what I think.
Fair
So
enough.
apparently I'm the one who is the show at the holidays. But they don't understand the dynamic and the energy. I'm an energy generator. I love them.
Like that.
So you have two kids, a boy and a girl?
I do. I have a 16-year-old daughter. She's studying right now to be a psychologist.
Nice.
And
How old's your son?
Ooh, she's a lot. My son is 15. He went from being the hard one the whole time when he was like your kids' ages. I believe that when he was young, he was my ADHD, out of control, full of love child. But he is extremely smart. I mean, he hands-on wins fantasy football leagues with adult males and plays only with adults. And he has been since he was about 7 years old. He doesn't want to play football because he doesn't want to get hit. I mean, when he was about...
I get it.
He doesn't want to get hit. He'd rather sit there and hang out with the adults and watch fantasy football. Now, I am trying to get him into golfing because I think he would be amazing at it. But right now, he's been pretty good at basketball. I mean, he's 6'3".
Oh, wow.
Thanks.
Okay, so tell us about what you're looking for in a guy. Like, I mean, you've heard a lot about Hassan, like...
Hasan.
He seems very charming.
Hasan.
I don't know. I feel like I'm impossible. Trying to even prepare for this. I haven't had any time to date. I just don't date. I'm so focused on my kids and building my practice and building my little empire, probably because I've already been divorced and put that out there to be dependent on somebody else. And I just no longer want to put that on there. Other person. I don't even really enjoy child support, but my ex-husband gives it to me when I need it, and
I would
there.
happily take it. I don't.
Yeah,
Don't turn that
exactly.
down.
I do. Trust me. I am a handful. But I don't ever try to take more than what I need. And I think that will come again back in the future, especially as the children are getting to these ages where they are becoming young adults. Mm-hmm. And this next generation is truly like, how do I say, my daughter wants to say they're the tech generation. And if everything falls apart, like we have to be the ones that teach them the old school songs, like the Beatles, you know. My son grew up singing, Hey Jude.
Ooh, I like the singing voice.
Yeah,
It's one of the hobbies.
What's your karaoke go-to?
Oh yes, Daisy karaoke. Here we go. Oh, Britney. Yes.
Which Britney? Very Britney.
Which Britney song?
I think I did it again.
Oh, yeah.
She's good.
On point.
Hassan, do you do karaoke?
What's your go-to karaoke song?
It just depends on the alcohol consumption.
I love this
Couple
dude.
tequila shots and he's
Love it.
singing on the stage.
He's my new doctor.
She Bangs by Ricky Martin. I did that.
You
I've
know
been
what?
known to get a room going with that.
You kind of remind me of a Ricky Martin.
That's fair. I didn't see that till just
Thank you.
now,
Yeah.
but I agree.
I agree too.
Have you heard that before? That you get
No,
that?
but I'm sure psychologically I'm trying to emulate him
Yes,
in some way.
that's
I think I'm going to leave here listening to Ricky Martin, like, she bang, oh, da, 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 living la vida loca.
Yes. You know what? My son is the one that kind of turned me back onto him because I forgot about him for a long time. He's like, have you heard this? I'm like, are you kidding me? She's into superstition. I got some voodoo dolls.
That's pretty good.
My premonition. That girl's gonna make me
I feel like you guys are really
This is incredible. Incredible.
What is your karaoke? You don't do karaoke, do you?
And I'm, you know
Not
me.
fun?
No, I'm a lot of fun, but it's definitely not Ricky Martin.
So I was in Prescott at Matt's Saloon. I don't know if anyone has been there. Anyways, it's very not Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And it was karaoke night. And I sang Material Girl by Madonna because that's my go-to karaoke song.
Did they stare at you like you're
This
from
girl
Mars?
comes up to me after and she's like, oh my God, talk about Scottsdale.
You gotta get your redneck on when you're
Right,
in Prescott. That place is the
Now I
real
sing
deal.
only country songs.
Yeah, that's
Hassan, do you
right.
have any questions for our lovely single here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Get her.
So when was your last serious relationship? Why did it fall apart? And what did you learn from that experience?
My last serious relationship was about 5 years ago. He was a political figure and a local political figure. And after that, I decided to build a tougher skin. He taught me a lot, and I think he's an amazing, amazing individual. We parted ways just, I don't know. I don't think it was meant to be more than a transitional relationship, someone that kind of guides you to the next level of your life, and that you can really love and still respect. I still see him at certain events, and we have mutual friends, and there's always going to be that like love there. But that's kind of what made me change directions in life. And after that, I wanted to be me and be, how do I say it?
I like the passion in
Yeah.
the story right now.
Yes.
Serious
I wanted
passion.
to, it's kind of what led me into becoming a yoga therapist and teaching that you love thyself within thyself. And once we like really connect with ourselves, we can change the world. And I did get really political, especially with this last election. I'm probably going to get political again. I do yoga, so there's a lot of Democrats, left, right. I have a lot of very hard values that I respect, and this is a really difficult world. I mean, my daughter got hit up on Snapchat yesterday, and I do a lot of public things, and I put myself out there. I'm a very attractive woman, and, you know, my daughter becoming of age, someone literally hit her up on Snapchat the other day, and
Stuff's scary.
and asked her for to exchange like some nudes for money.
What?
And here we
Would you
are.
like
this
some
new,
dick?
Oh
no,
my
like this
God.
new generation. And the last thing, and it was really hard on me as a mom, I think, especially as a single mom. And you know, my ex-husband's very successful, and he has a very very political, I would say like a public. And she used to be a very public, and you can Google her, and she was a Playboy playmate. So that kind of led some stuff into my kids. And I'm really trying to let my daughter know, like, you are not allowed to sell yourself. You are not. And if you do, you have to be of legal age, and we're going to sit down in a room like this, and we're going to like make contracts. If that's the person you're going to be, or that's who you, and you want to make this exchange, then we're going to make this as a business, and we're going to figure out why you want to choose to do this. And once we make that, since you want to be a psychologist, I go, is that who you want to be? And I think about it. And so as she's growing, I make her make these decisions instead of me forcing those decisions on her. I feel like that's the most important way to get her to 27 years old. And right now I just haven't had a chance to date. I felt like if it would like come into my life, it would come. But
today's the day.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And here we
It
are.
would cross my path. I really have always said, like, someone would really have to like stop me and like throw somebody right in front of me for me to be able to, because I do get harassed all the time. I get harassed all the time on Facebook. I have to constantly defend myself, but I can't even go to the grocery store without finding a boyfriend. Honestly, I have no problem.
I have the same problem.
I was just thinking that.
Yep.
Well, thank
Meanwhile,
you
we're
so
like in
much.
the dark, can't hear anything.
Any more questions? Any more
Here, you go
questions?
here. No, you've said quite a bit.
I know.
Thank you,
There's
Daisy.
a lot-
You're amazing.
there's a lot to
Thank
chew
you.
through.
I love how you are true to yourself. Thank you so much. So now let's bring up Lindsay, I love the name, whose friends say she is crazy, sexy, cool. However, she claims that she's silly and nerdy. Come on up.
Do you use those words to describe me, Jesse? Crazy, sexy, and cool.
Every day, honey. Every day.
I knew it.
Yeah, I figured you
So
would
this
know
is
that.
someone that you know, Jesse?
Yes. So I was in a networking group. We did another episode earlier this year, and the main single from that networking group ended up coming in here. And this morning, I'm sitting here talking to you, Hassan, and I look up, and lo and behold, here's Lindsay from that same networking group. So it's pretty interesting.
Did she try to vote you out?
No,
Because of
she
the-
did not. We were cool. We were cool too in the group. Yeah, sure.
Tell us about yourself.
Hello. Tell you about me.
Yes.
I don't know. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Are you from here?
So I'm originally from New Jersey. This is my 4th time moving to Scottsdale.
Or explain that. Explain.
You know, I've been kind of a free spirit. I bopped around quite a bit. But I moved here originally for college. And
What did you study?
well, I was only in college for a year at ASU, and then I decided that I was going to go into aesthetics. So I am a licensed aesthetician and laser technician. I've
Bingo.
been doing that for 22
Do you do
years.
laser treatments on yourself? Can you even do that?
Take it easy.
Oh,
Ann.
absolutely. I do. Yeah.
Like just take home the machines at night and do some laser treatment?
No, I just go into the spa.
Why do I feel like we're about to have one of these laser therapy sessions in my living room?
We can do that, Jesse.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? This is what's
I love
about to
how
happen.
all three of us here have the cleft chins.
That's cute.
No, I never met.
I just felt my own, like I wasn't sure if I had one.
Anyhow, sorry, carry on. So this is your
happy
third time moving here. How long have you been here for this time?
So I have just recently moved back. It's been a year now.
Got ya.
Yes.
And have you had a relationship in this year?
No.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for that person, you know, that person that I can have a normal day with. Somebody that is challenging, but not a sociopath.
Do you think you're like a funny, easygoing? Do you think you're more serious? Like how do you describe yourself?
I think that I have a bunch of different types of moods. I'm not saying that I have a mood disorder or anything like that, but you know, you kind of have to go with where you're at in your day. I think I'm pretty laid back.
Is your job stressful, or do you consider your job to be relaxing?
It has a little bit of both because it is my business. So
Somebody walks in, you see their face, and you're like, shit.
I'm like, oh man, here we go.
Okay.
Got to fix that.
So have you ever had somebody come in and panic about their after? Like, you know how you do those deep laser treatments and they sit up and their face is beet red. Have you ever had anybody just full panic?
No, because you have to go through realistic expectations during consultations. I mean, there's a whole, I know that you're doing this for you.
I am. I'm asking for myself. I'm vetting this process for myself.
Most women have Tupperware parties in their living room. We're about to have laser treatment therapy in our living room.
So what do you do for fun on your day off?
So on my day off, I like to hang out with my dog. I have a golden retriever. He is 3.5 years old. Oliver Landon. He's
I like that he has a middle name.
That's a serious name for a
He's
dog.
absolutely gorgeous, and I love being with him. He makes me really happy.
Hassan, are you a dog guy?
Yes.
My dog sheds.
I feel like there was a bit of hesitation there,
No.
Hassan. Was there any hesitation?
There's a
think
little
about
bit of
it a second.
hesitation.
Ooh, why?
Well, it's the cleanliness thing. I mean, we had a dog. He lives with my son's mom, and so I miss having a dog, but I don't miss like the cleanup and.
You're the second doctor in the past 2 months to tell me about dogs and cleanliness.
Yeah. I mean, they're not dirty, obviously. But I'm just saying, like you'll have to clean up hair and stuff like that. I just got used to like a very clean house. And
Is your dog pretty clean?
She just gave a warning. My dog sheds a lot.
Here, turn Hassan a little bit more towards Lindsay so we can see her.
This way. Sorry.
What questions do you have? Do you have any questions for Hassan?
You've kind of already answered a little bit about what you're looking for in a woman. What do you like to do for fun? Because you can't just always be on being a doctor.
No, trust me, I'm trying to minimize that. I've been doing that for far too long. Kind of like what you said, you've been doing something for 20 years. It has like a momentum.
Right.
And I'm trying to focus more on social things. So if I had another job description for a potential mate, it would be like social director. I really would love to expand my social circle with this person, to try new things. And because a lot of people like me who have been like dedicated to something for so long, they're just kind of sheltered from a lot of things, like I'm always discovering things that people knew about for a long time. And I just want less of that. I just want to be part of the mainstream culture.
When you leave work, you want to leave work behind you.
Yeah, I want to do more things, and I can't even imagine everything I want to do right now. This is kind of like what I would like if I could bring like whatever security or whatever people think a doctor would bring to a relationship. I could make sure you're healthy. I can listen to your heart. Whatever, like practical.
I like
Listen
that.
to
Actually, a good one-liner. What do you want to do tonight? Well, I was thinking about listening to your heart.
Well, you get a free examination at your leisure.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, like
Boys, and that's why we go to medical school right there.
A stress test during
one practical
sex.
thing that I bring to the relationship. So one practical thing that someone would potentially bring is like to expand this social circle, like different things to do. Oh, there's a thing here. I'm open to all that kind of stuff, So I need like a social director that would be under the heading.
Lindsay, how do you feel about being a social director?
So I was just going to say, I also have a stethoscope.
I can see.
Nurse Lindsay?
Yes.
I actually am going back to school for nursing.
This is the most
Power
serious
couple.
case of role play I've ever seen ever in this room.
You listen to my heart, I'll listen to yours.
Boom.
I know it sounds like a natural connection, but I've purposely not dated nurses my entire career.
I've never
She's
dated
not a
doctor.
nurse yet.
Yeah.
Good news.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, until I did, and then it was not a good experience. And I've done it a couple times since then, and it's still like,
You get choked with a stethoscope or however the hell you say that thing. Holy S's on a Wednesday.
Right
Good Lord.
well,
You get
sometimes medical people, like the doctor that I share space with at Four Peaks Medical, that's his group. My thing's called the Heart and Wellness Center. Mm-hmm. But one of my favorite people on earth, Dr. Yarkan, his wife is a nurse practitioner. They met in the hospital, and they just have the most beautiful relationship. I love their relationship, and they're like a doctor nurse relationship. Now she's a nurse practitioner, but you know what I mean? Like, so they have the medical similarities and stuff like that. But she is like very social, and he's kind of more introverted, and it works, So
Doctors are a lot of times like type A, and nurses are often very different than that. Do you consider yourself pretty type A? You hesitated about the dog fur.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's like, I need everything to be clean. Everything needs to be organized.
Did we shift a lot of things around right now?
No,
I feel like
I faced you more towards the singles.
Oh, sorry, guys. Okay.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So I'm not really type A. I'm kind of like a big picture. Mm-hmm. So type A people tend to be like hyper focused all the time, but I'm big picture. But if there's like a target or some objective I need to get, I will hyper focus on that. So I don't know if you want to call that type A, but I'm generally like easygoing. I can get along with anybody. Like politics, religion, all that stuff is like, I don't want to say behind me, but I just see
Open
the common.
book.
I just see the common humanity in everybody, and that's what allows me to connect with patients, with people, and I don't see any labels and stuff like that. So I don't really consider myself type A in that regard. But if you look at me on a resume, I look like a typical doctor in this field. I had to do these things, years and years of this and years of that. So I don't know if I fit perfectly in that category. It's kind of like the what's your love language thing. You know, do you fit neatly into this category or that? Like, no, like, yeah, all guys like physical touch. Okay, great. But acts of service and all this stuff. But everything is good in its time, you know?
For sure.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Let's meet our last but not least, let's meet our single Lauren, the adventure-seeking bombshell who was funny and family-oriented. Woo! Hey, Lauren.
Hi, guys.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm 40. I have 2 kids that are 7 and 8. They're boys. And, you know, I like to snowboard is probably my passion, but I like all snow sports.
You a snowball girl? You go up to snowball?
No.
No, where do you go? Where's your favorite place to snowboard?
It just depends on, like, the vibe. Like, if I'm going to just specifically do, like, a family trip, you know, it'd be, like, maybe, like, Bozeman, like, Big Sky.
So did you just snub Snowball a second ago when you said it?
Yeah,
You were like,
I did.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I took my kids.
I felt it.
This is a test. I didn't tell you that, but this is a big
No,
test.
but I took my kids up there this last winter, and, like, it was so crowded by the time we got up there. There was, like, you couldn't even drive to the top. There was
Most
buses,
expensive
like,
lift ticket in North America.
It's like the biggest ripoff. But I bought an Epic Pass, so I just went to the places where you could do Epic.
You know, like Park City, Breckenridge.
Well, Park City, Whistler, Aspen, Vail, I don't know, and Lake Tahoe, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you said you're a certified scuba diver as well, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Dang, you're adventurous.
Yeah. I have 3 brothers and 2 sons, so I'm like, surrounded by a lot of
Boy, mom.
Yeah, surrounded by like a lot of male energy, but yeah, I like to be outdoors. I like to go to the gym. I like to do arts and crafts. I like to cook.
what kind of arts and crafts?
Sewing.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
I like just basically everything: painting, decorating my house. I'm like really big into fixing up my house all the time. So.
I was always so intimidated by her because we met 12 years ago through mutual friends, and she would always show up wearing the coolest costumes. Like, she's very festive. If it's a Christmas party, she goes all out to the tens.
Oh yeah, I love
any
throwing
type of party.
parties.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were like the queen bee of all the parties.
What's the best costume you've ever put together? Or craziest?
I made a poison ivy costume one year.
So just covered in leaves.
Well, no. I mean, it was, I'm not like the girl that goes out that's like naked and just has something on.
I'm just trying to picture what poison ivy as a costume would look like. You got to paint a picture. We're men, so we're very visual.
I don't like to buy costumes. I like to make them.
Yeah.
So it's like no one else is going to have the same one on. So
Does this sound familiar, Anne?
Yes, snubbing Snowball.
One of a
and
kind.
making costumes.
That's
Sure.
right.
So,
Yeah.
is your family from Arizona?
yeah, I'm from here. We're there. Basically, I was born and raised, but I lived in California from 2013 to 2021.
Where in California?
La Jolla and then Beverly Hills.
Why'd you leave? Be honest. This is also a test.
Because my kids were like starting kindergarten and there was no school available. It was during the whole COVID thing. So then I hired a teacher to live in my guest house and I ran classes just so they could be social. And it was just like, I was living between San Diego because we had companies there and Beverly Hills and Phoenix. And I had a house here and I was like, why are we spending all this money to live here when you can't do anything? So I moved back to the house here. So
Cool.
yeah.
And so, how long have you been divorced for?
It was official in April, but we hadn't been together for like 2 years. Like, it just takes a long time to get.
Have you dated since?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How's the Scottsdale dating scene?
Well, I haven't been on an app or anything. And I met my ex-husband when I was 25. And so that was like I'm 40. So it was pre, dating apps weren't really like the thing. So
I don't think any dating apps even existed back then.
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe Match.com. I think my mom was on it or something. But so I just, was out watching. I mean, I'm not a football person, but I went out to just like see where guys would be at. And so I met a guy, watching football one day and I dated him for over a year, but, it didn't work out. So, this is probably like my third date I've had since I was 25.
I like this counts as a date. I like it. So you don't like football?
My dad didn't grow up watching it, so I watch it like just because
it's a social thing to do.
Yeah, you're like okay, fine, but I kind of like more soccer mostly, or watching
Football.
basketball. Yeah, well, yeah.
Do you have dogs?
Football.
Yeah, I have one dog.
Does it shed?
Yeah, but I have cleaning ladies that come once a week.
Oh, nice.
Bingo. What kind of dog?
Hassan.
She's a black lab cocker spaniel, so she's like a athletic dog, but she's like very mid-size, and she's like a emotional support animal.
It's kind of hard to picture that breed mix, right?
She just looks like a mini lab with like longer hair.
Oh,
So what type of guy are you looking for, Lauren?
This took me a while to figure out because, like, after being with someone since I was 25, like, I was like, what am I looking for? I'm not really necessarily looking to get married per se, but I would like to have like that relationship where like
Your person.
Someone you do things together, or like the holidays come up. Like my family's big. We do a lot of things together, so it's like, and we have a really fun family. So I want someone who just wants to like be a part of that.
Yeah. I told Ann the same thing. If she leaves me, I'm going to find an old lady that owns a plane that wants to sit on my face once a day.
This is a very specific daydream that he has. It's very specific. It's much more specific than that. Yes.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions for each other? Hassan, do you have any
I have a
questions?
question, I think, for the group.
Yes.
Ladies in the back, pay
Not
attention.
us, Jesse. Not us.
Oh, sorry.
I guess one question would be: Are you ready to be dating? It seems like a fresh divorce.
We weren't together for like 2 years prior, so it was like I went through like a long period where I didn't even leave that, leave the house.
Yeah.
So I would say, I'm definitely over that marriage, and definitely ready to like meet someone new. That
Go on a dating podcast.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You're over him, ready to get under someone new. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Winning.
I guess my question would be for everybody, though. Do you guys have time to date? It sounds like each and every one of you is really busy in different phases in life, have a lot of pots on the oven, or
I think it's so important to
do you
make
have time
for your significant other. I'm married and we're very busy. We have 3 kids. My husband's a pilot, so he travels a lot. But I think it's so imperative to make time for each other, to have that romantic time still.
I don't work, but I just kind of take care of the household and my responsibilities when I do have my kids. So I would say, yeah. And I would say, like, my ex-husband and I built multiple businesses together, and I'm like a really good,
Multitasker.
well, I'm always like, taking care of everything else for him or them so that they don't have to think about it. And I would like to think I'm a good partner. So yeah, I do have time.
Did you have any questions for
Our other captain in the back has some questions. She's raising her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
We'll swap.
Yeah. Yeah, just come up to the mic.
Our captain has a question for you.
That's right.
Is that Daisy?
Yes.
Our captain of the day.
So I just want to say, yes, I think I am ready to date. I purposely took 5 years of my life to make sure when I got back out there, I was ready to date, because I don't play around with my heart at all. And the biggest reason why I haven't dated in Scottsdale is because, have you seen this scene? It's insane. It's like a circus. So if they're going to waste my time, I wasn't going to waste my time. And if someone was really ready to date, I have the time for them, but I don't have time to waste my time.
That's a good answer.
So does that answer your
Very
question?
good.
Because I would like to find somebody that could be like a best friend. So while I am busy, they're busy with me. They're right there. They're coaching me along. They're in spirit. They're there mentally. They're there physically sometimes. Someone that can be a part of me when they're there in spirit or when they're there physically. Someone that I know that's going to have my back all the time and be my best friend and talk well about me behind my back.
Great. So Hassan, are you ready for the wing ceremony? Have you decided which co-pilot you want to take off with?
The pressure's on.
Woohoo!
Hey, I don't know how to tell you this,
There
dude.
was one more person.
Oh, Lindsay, come on up.
Oh, look, I love how in touch this dude is.
He is.
Blindfolded, deaf,
Right?
and still knows. Wait, there's one more.
Yes, I am ready to date. I have never been married. I haven't been in a serious relationship in quite some time. Gosh, the last, I would say, even somewhat of a real relationship was probably about 5 years ago. I'm sure that you, Jesse, you actually experienced Lindsay during that time.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I remember. I do remember. I don't remember your other half, but I remember you at that point in time.
So, yeah, I am definitely ready. I would love to start a family. I am 40 years old and I'm ready to go.
She is ready.
And can coach you on those geriatric pregnancies, right?
Oh
Ann?
my gosh, yes. Let's not get into that.
Okay. Is that enough for you to make your final decision?
This is a very difficult decision, I have to admit.
It is.
Yeah,
They're all
there's-
amazing women. That's why they're on the show.
Yeah, well done. Well
Okay,
done, Lindsay.
so I'm going to hand you ready, Hassan? Reach out, stick your hand out. Yep. I'm going to put the wings in your hand. And basically, we're going to do a quick recap on the girls for you to remind you which is which. You're going to kind of face the table again, square your shoulders up.
He doesn't know where the table
this
is.
direction. and Lindsay's going to recap the girls for you. And then you're going to have basically
10 seconds.
to decide. Yesterday, we had a gentleman in here that there was 2 girls and he just decided that he wanted to take them both to dinner. I thought that was pretty,
I pick you all.
that's pretty goddamn funny, actually.
Okay, so we have Daisy May. She is doing the yoga and the golf and has the yoga golf clothing line. She has 2 kids, a 15 and a 16-year-old. Then we have Lindsay, the esthetician, who has the dog that sheds a lot. And she is ready to go, ready for that relationship. Then we have Lauren, who grew up in California and here and is very family oriented and loves to make her own crafts and make her own costumes and likes to cook.
All
Has
these
2
ladies are
boys.
beautiful, bro.
She's very festive. They're all amazing.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
if that helps you.
And they're all beautiful.
What I would tell you to do, I tell every guy that comes in here this exact same thing. If you have any last questions, think about maybe if you were taking one of these ladies to dinner with your family, a question you might ask that would help you choose. That would be what I would tell you to do. And if you don't, I would just pick one.
There's 10 seconds. I say just pick one. I feel like at
Whatever
this point
you're
we've gotten
feeling
to
in
know
your
the
titty
ladies.
bones. Who are you feeling?
There's no wrong answer here.
I think the heart chakra thing kind of made an impact on me, you know, because I know what that's about, but you got to go with your gut on that one. So I would say Daisy.
Woo!
Whoa!
All right. You get to unblindfold
These
now.
are my second wings I've earned.
Woohoo! Second pair of wings.
Do you accept the wings?
I do.
Oh, yay.
I
Okay, you can
recognize-
unblindfold now.
Okay.
The final
Here we
reveal.
go. And
He's going to see her.
Take 1 minute, let his eyes adjust.
Looking.
Hello.
Tune in next week to get to know our
How are
next
you?
batch of
Good,
how are
singles
you?
who are looking
You're
to
dressed
meet their
like a
match.
captain.
I am.
Did they just dress you right now?
No.
No?
No, she came ready.
How are you guys?
Go ahead, Linz.
And if you want to be featured on the show or are interested in any of our contestants on today's show, visit flying-solo-az.com and follow us on social media, Flying Solo AZ. Thank you for flying with us. We are clear to land.
Bingo.